Nintendo, please set discard. Hang on. So I want to show you guys something. So Luigi comes out, turns the lights off, runs away. Mario comes out, turns the lights back on, runs away. Luigi starts to come out, and Mario physically threatens him. Look at Luigi. He's like backing away. They just chase after each other. I don't know. There's something kind of intimidating about watching Luigi be like physically threatened by Mario. Anyway, hi, I'm the MoeChicken, and this is Zelda II for the Famicom Disk System. It's a little different. It is a little different. I'm not playing through the whole thing. I'm just going to be this is just going to be a one-off to show how things are just slightly different. Because for those of you out there who are Zelda 2 aficionados, I'm sure you will instantly notice the little changes. For example, this ceiling is low. It's not supposed to be low. It's different. It's different and strange. And you go outside, and the water is moving. Now, this is one of those things that, as soon as I got my hands on FDS games, I was like, I want to see the moving water, because I had heard that it does move in Zelda 2 for the FDS. Also, the monsters look weird now. Oh, another thing, the familiar like do 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 song from like the battle screens is just gone. It's not present at all. There's just this sort of like low rumbly sort of song that's honestly not super great. There's just like a lot of little things in this version that are just different enough to be strange. Also, no items for whatever reason. There doesn't seem like the items are present. I don't know if my game is broken, because I think at some point you kind of need to get the items. So not super sure on that. Maybe this is maybe this was an early version, or maybe I got a crap version. But it's kind of weird how this works. Also, there was another big change. So I'm saying all this because I actually played a little bit on my own. As soon as I got it, I'm like, ooh, I want to play this one. I don't know what you're saying. Go see your father before you leave town. Okay. Each town has a wise man. Learn from him. Whatever, lady. We're gonna go down to this very these walls kind of look like the boss areas from Mario 2. This guy's going to give me power! Give me shield power! I think for the most part, does shield normally cost that much? I feel like shield was a cheaper spell than that. But, yeah, for the most part, it seems like, with FDS games, one of the biggest changes that you will see is many fewer animations. A lot of things that are animated in their NES variants are not so in the FDS versions. Like, for example, what was I talking about? I had one in my mind, and now I immediately forgot about it. Anyway, that's usually what you wind up seeing, is that the things are not animated when they should be. Also, I'm really glad they made a song for like the battle areas, because this like song is not good. It's just like I kill this giant tapeworm, die tapeworm, I will kill you, deadly desert tapeworm, they're fearsome. So here's another thing. As you may know from Zelda 2, if you go down this way, there is a secret area where you can fight the little, what do you call him? Like a gorilla, and you fight a gorilla at Stonehenge and get a heart. But you will see shortly that the heart is not present. It's very troubling, because it means that there's absolutely no reason to come down here. See? No heart. There's a gorilla, there's no heart. Let's stab him in the crotch until he dies. Oh, here's another thing. So, in the FDS version, each of each level of power-up has a certain value. So you can see at next 100, I'm going to raise my attack, and you'll notice that number won't change. It's still 100. So you can get you can get all three level ups for 100 rather than what is it like? I think it's 50, 100, and 200 in the NES game. Okay, dead now. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of little changes, and that's, you know, I mean, that's the thing that I always like in weird versions of games. I like to see all those just little minutia that are different, because there's always a reason for it. You know, it's like whenever a game is released in a different way on a different system or something like that, there's a reason those decisions were made, and I personally find that interesting. So hopefully you do too. But yeah, I'm probably only gonna play this one through like the first dungeon, and then I'll stop. Because I want people to see this because I think it's cool, but it's also very similar. Like, despite the fact that I've been going on and on about how it's got all these differences, it's still laid out pretty similarly to Zelda 2. I mean, it's not going to be like a radically different game that involves like a fight with Ganon or something like that. It's just sort of a, you know, a little bit different. I also feel like, I mean, it's been a little while since I played Zelda 2, but I feel like when you level up your attack, you should be able to kill like bots in one shot. I'm kind of surprised it took 2 hits to kill that blue bot, but I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I last played Zelda 2. Yep. I don't really know that song. So that was a meme a long time ago, and I'm very behind on memes. There's the blood red sky, and then there's the kangaroo people, or rats, or wolves. What are these guys supposed to be? Ed, what are these rat people? What are they? Look it up for me. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Ed, do the thing. Solve the problems. Make this episode good. Make the episode good for me, Ed. I probably shouldn't joke about that, but Ed does do a very good job. Good, Ed. Thank you, Ed. What was I talking about before I started rambling about Ed? I don't even know. Oh yeah, attack power. Yeah, so I find myself wondering, maybe since the level up values are changed, maybe the oh yeah, these are slower. These are slower than the NES version. Maybe their quality is reduced, like they're not as effective. I don't know. I have no idea. Doesn't seem like a great way to handle it if that's what they did, but I get this key. I love how that key's just kind of like sitting there, you know? Typically when you find a key in a Zelda game, it's like a big deal, but that one's just sort of like on its way to the next room. It's like as you're walking in here, it's sort of like, oh hey, can you pick up that key I left outside? Says weird red Cyclops meatball thrower. He's dead now. I'm going to get more attack. So you can see now I've gotten 3 attack boosts for much cheaper than they should have been. So it's kind of an interesting little dynamic. You know, it's a little change, a little minor change, but it's interesting. And you'll notice whenever I get my next level up, it will shift to 300. So the next 3 level ups I get will be 300. It's just kind of again, it's a minor difference, but it's interesting, and you can see how it would be beneficial if you were like trying to focus down your attack. Like if you just really wanted to be like super strong or have like lots of HP or something like that, you could prioritize that. And I mean, effectively you can do the same thing in the regular Zelda 2, or in the regular Zelda 2 too. But it's just, I don't know, it's more apparent here. I think it's interesting. Yeah, there you go. So up ahead, past the bubble room, the deadly bubble room, I want to show off something that has constantly bothered me about the way people seem to play this game. I know that sounds very like cocky and arrogant, and sorry for that, but it's one of those things that it drives me crazy that people Well, there. He only gave me 10 experience points? Oh, you were not worth it, bro. I'm just gonna take the hit and keep going. It's a fast one. Oh, I was able to go through him. Ow, 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 run. Okay. Just ran up into that bot and immediately got killed. There we go. Oh yeah, so this is red. That's a difference. Gonna go. Here we go. Yeah, so it's about Iron Knuckles. See how it's 300 now. Let me boost my attack more. There you go. So I have a level 4 attack, and I've only actually had to raise, what, 300 experience points? That's a big difference from the regular game. So what I was going to say is Iron Knuckles. Now, I have heard from multiple sources that the best way to fight Iron Knuckles is the jumping crouch stab. And it's true. That is an easy way to fight them. But I feel like it's so much more interesting to fight them like, well, I killed him real quick, but basically to sword fight them, to, you know, switch back and forth with your, oh, he doesn't hold it up, that's another difference. Switch back and forth with your shield and, like, block high or block low and, like, actually stay in swinging range of him and have, like, a sword fight. That's so much more interesting to me. And it drives me crazy that people are like, no, you got a jumping crouch stab, and then they take a lot of unnecessary damage because they're doing something strange to the enemy. You know, it's like, oh, these guys are so hard, but this is the only way you can beat them. It's like, no, it's not. It's not, though. It's so much more rewarding to just fight them the way the game intended you to. Anyway, just railing against unknown individuals, but I like fighting them that way. I think it's a much more enjoyable and interesting way to play. So that's me. It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you. Play however you want. You know, one of the advocates that I heard about that was extolling the fact that several enemies in this game have to be fought differently, and it's true. You know, a lot of enemies take different attack patterns to fight. My life here. And that's cool. You know, that's a neat thing. Like the Stalfos, you always have to hit them low, which means you have to find a way to get into their attack range at low. And usually the way I would do it is I would kind of try to slide into them. You know, it's cool to have different attack patterns, but I really think people are missing the boat with the Iron Knuckles. But that's me. That's just me. Alright, we are almost to the end of this stage. See, look how much more interesting it is when I'm having to, fence with it. And I know it takes longer, sure. It's not good for precious speed runs, but it is a much more engaging way to play the game. Ugh. More magic. Yeah, there we go. So I think I have one more at 300, and then the next one will be, 500, I think? And here's Horsehead. Hello, Horsehead. How are you? Hit. 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 Ow. He was like, I wasn't expecting you to have level 4 attack power. I'm dead now. Dead. And he explodes! I always thought that effect was really cool. Ding! Very good. Unfortunately, there's nothing else very interesting about the statue thing. It just does what it does in the regular game. There we go. Yay! Yay! Boosts up. Yeah, okay, 700. So it's quite a jump there. But look at that. I just finished the first castle and I have level 5 attack. Level 5 attack, level 2 magic, and level 2 life. It's a big difference from the original game. It's cool. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I just kind of wanted to show off the differences and show how it's neat and unusual and kill tapeworms in the desert, and I hope you enjoyed it. I am the MoeChicken. This is Legend of Zelda, the Legend of Zelda, The Adventure of Link for the Famicom Disk System. Thanks for stopping by. Pink. Oh, I was going to block it and be cool.